She grew up in an Indiana town, had a good-looking mama who never was around, but she grew up tall and she grew up right with them Indiana boys on an Indiana night.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and it is a beautiful morning here in Minecraft. I think this is morning. Yeah, the sun's rising, so it's morning. I have done quite a bit of work on here, and I know I said that in the last video that this was going to be like a tour of something else because I was going to do two weeks to work on this one episode, but I actually decided to delay that a little bit because I got to a good stopping point on here. I wanted to show you guys kind of what was going on here. So the first thing that I did was, well, you can see back there quite a bit of things, but the first thing that I did was extend the bridge back here. Oh, what in the world? There's all kinds of little craters through here, but I extended the bridge going back here a little ways and part of a slope, and I think it looks pretty good, but eventually there'll be all kinds of stuff going on down in here and everything, and there'll be like little entryways off of the bridge, but I figured I would just extend it back up to the point where I'm going to do the tunnel. So eventually there's going to be a tunnel back here, which I think will be pretty cool, and it's going to go all the way through the mountain up here and off to the other side where I have the road to Catalogero. So let's go ahead and walk down this bridge. It's actually a really long bridge, and working on this project, which you can see up here, it takes a lot of walking back and forth. But this is the main thing that I worked on, and I absolutely love it. So it's like this huge, like, intimidating entrance. And this is kind of the theming of the city a little bit. This kind of color palette, I think it might be, unless I run out of dye, right? But I just wanted to go ahead and get this down, the main entrance. And it really is kind of a statement in this city, and the first thing that you'll see, so I wanted to make it pretty cool, and I think it is. So it's got like this rounded shape. A lot of the buildings in Catalogero are kind of like square and harsh angles, but I wanted this city to be more of a natural and rounded, architectural style. So that's what I did here a little bit. So I went ahead and rounded this roof and inset a couple of these, or rounded this wall, and inset a couple of the what you would call little wall patterns here. And I also extended it all the way down, so it took quite a bit of blocks, but it goes all the way up through here, and it left with this huge huge tunnel area, which I think is so cool. I really love it. And coming up through here, I put these what are these, shroom lights? So I put these shroom lights inside of the oak trap doors, and I hung them from chains, and they look super cool. They look like just big like fire torch lights up in here. And so this goes all the way up to the top. I actually forgot to do block variation on this, so I'll have to do it for you all in the next episode, but I just repeat the pattern, the same thing here with the granite going up through here, or granite, whatever this is called, andesite or something like that. Yeah, it's granite. I don't know why I question myself. But speaking of andesite, I actually put some in the walls here just as kind of a little bit to break up the pattern. And I thought about doing something pretty intricate in here, but honestly I wanted this to look a little bit more simple. And when I get into the lore of this area, this city is actually a lot older than Catalogero. And you guys we'll get to hear about that here in a little bit, on kind of a little bit behind it. But yeah, I just wanted to keep it a little bit simple, and this andesite, it really makes it look weathered and old. And so I like that. I like that quite a bit. And so we go all the way up here past some more of these lanterns, and it kind of narrows right up to here at the top. And I like that because it's more of like a grand reveal of the rest. And this is another really beautiful view out here, and I love it. Very, very cool. So I wanted to make sure that that is preserved going forward. But we come up here. There's not much going on. Not built any of it yet, but the back side of this build, pretty cool. So it just kind of looks like an old monument almost, and so it's got that rounded shape to it. Let's see, but you can come around to this side. The sides of this aren't anything too special, but you can come around to this, and I really went with kind of like a Skyrim kind of Nordic ruin. So if you've played Skyrim, you might know a little bit of what I'm talking about. Like if you go up to Bleak Falls Barrow, they kind of have these like these little pillars and stuff, and this entryway. So that's a little bit what this is modeled after, and I think it turned out really good. So it looks like a ruin or some sort of monument up through here. Oh, this is really driving me crazy up here. Hold on, we gotta fix this. Yeah, there we go. Can't be having gaps there. That's just crazy. So you can come up here, and I actually did the block variation here. Hilarious. And I forgot it on the main part, but it has two entrances on either side. Here's what it looks like from this side. But you can go up here, and then from here you can go into each area. The interiors of these aren't completed yet, but this one will take you in sort of the entryway to the tunnel. And what this will be, this isn't going to be like a fully, I guess, built out interior. It'll eventually be an entrance onto the walls. So they're going to be like city walls going around everything because, well, once again, we'll get into it in the lore, but it's a very defensible position. And so there's going to be walls kind of going throughout, similar to Catalogere one, but obviously a different design. But here on this backside, going into this structure, it's a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit more built out. I just did the basics of the interior. I didn't put anything in it. I will here in another video, but it leads up to this kind of main room up here. And I think I'm going to have something pretty cool up here. Not exactly for sure yet, but I think it's plenty of space to add something of historic significance for this region. But yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a tour of what I've been doing. I think it does look really cool, and I hope you all enjoyed kind of the intro video on that, kind of showing a cinematic approach to it. So let's walk around back here. But future plans, this whole area is going to be the city. So like there's a lot of space here. It doesn't look like it when you're over there, but like it goes back here quite a ways. And the ocean stretches all around here, and it basically forms this as an island. And then you can actually get to Catalogere by boat by going way out there to the ocean. But we're not going to walk around that completely. I wanted to go back over here for, I suppose, today's lore reading, but we'll get a nice little view as we close things out here. So next week also it'll be the same situation like I meant this week to be, where it will be a tour next week of something in Catalogere, but I'll be working for 2 weeks on the next update, so should be a pretty big one. But let's go ahead here into the lore reading. Loit, a city founded in 4021, close to 1,000 years before the city of Catalogere. It is old, yet fantastic, and beautiful in so many ways. The layers of orange and red in the soil contrast perfectly with the white marbled pillars of the city's infrastructure. The original use of the city was for its rich gold veins, where mines would litter the countryside. Still to this day, vast caverns and mine shafts can be discovered from a past time. However, over the years, the city took a different approach. The main area sat nestled upon a large mountain surrounded by an inlet of ocean. This provided a perfect defensible position. Vandalia sought to fortify Loit greatly in case of an eventual war. Despite all this planning and effort, it seems it was not enough, however, to stop the doom of the Folcrete military. So they turned this from a mining town into like a military town to some extent, or at least a defensible position, but for trade and stuff through here too. But obviously they got taken over, and we covered that a little bit in the last episode. But it'll be interesting to see what the lore gets into coming up. But I just want to thank you all for watching the new episode, and let me know what you all think of this new region, if you're excited for it, and how long you want me to stay over here before going back over to Calorgerwin to do some work on that. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.
Well, she moved down here at the age of 18. She blew the boys away, it was more than they'd seen. I was introduced and we both started grooving. She said, I dig you, baby, but I got to keep moving on. Keep moving on. Last dance with Mary Jane. One more time.